In this episode of The Update, I talk with Giuseppe Cunetta, VP Marketing E-commerce in MediaMarktSaturn. The company was established almost 60 years ago and operates over 1,000 consumer electronics stores in 13 countries across Europe. So Giuseppe, you moved to your new role just as the pandemic took grip across Europe in January. How has 2020 been?
What can I tell you? It was like running a company that was changing so dramatically every single day. At MediaMarktSaturn, we were already on track with our digital transformation and our investments really paid out. We actually been very capable to switch our operating model towards e-commerce very fast, and therefore being capable to capture a growth in a triple-digit range for the whole period.
So Giuseppe, how has the pandemic impacted the MediaMarktSaturn business focus and strategy?
We were moving from the approach of creating promotion after promotion. This is the bread and butter in retail business, to findability. And findability really starts with the value of the data. Well, we all know that data is the currency of the digital world. And in our business, it's pretty important to understand how to create value out of those data. And you are getting there if you create automation and intelligence. Another important element was how to bring offline and online together in the best way. So we've been able to do omni-channel bidding, meaning the capacity to generate conversion out of the inventory existing into a store. This is also depending on the capacity to track inventory on a store level. And at the same time, we've been able to do curbside pickup, which was another very important option that the customer appreciated during a period of constraints in free movement.
So we're seeing huge global changes in consumer behavior. What were the biggest changes you observed in MediaMarkt and Saturn?
So we were constantly monitoring trends and doing number crunching using insights such as Google Trends in order to understand the key categories. At the beginning of the story, it was a lot about gaming and productivity, so computer devices and printers and video games. After that, it was about personal care, like hair cutter or body tools. And finally, we had a lot of spikes into food preparation or home care.
And so, Giuseppe, what behavior changes do you think we'll bring with us after the pandemic?
The pandemic worked a little bit like a time machine, bringing everything in the future of 10, 15 years in the context of making e-commerce, and especially mobile commerce, choose number one, platform number one, destination number one, even for all the generation.
So switching gears a little and looking forward into 2021, Giuseppe, tell us about your business priorities.
So we are all about grow, quality, and speed. And talking about grow, we believe that digital sales, e-commerce will be the dominant channel in the months and in the years to come. Therefore, we are determined to play an even stronger role. We are already one of the biggest one. We will continue to do that, obviously in a fully integrated omnichannel approach. On the second side, we are also talking about quality. And we know that quality is coming out of relevant conversation. So meaning that we need to use the data, we need to use information in order to prepare for our customer demand. We need to fulfill and even exceed every customer's expectation. Finally, we believe that agility and speed are the same thing. So we need to be able to do, test, learn, fail, adapt continuously in this business because things are changing so fast around us that we need to adapt continuously to remain on the competitive edge.
So your role combines e-commerce and marketing. How has the role of CMO changed over the years?
We are coming from the old nostalgic time in which marketing was all about creating emotional campaign or branding stuff, which are also important, very important, but only in the context of getting those together with data and analytics. And the job now is much more about understanding from all the data opportunity, from all the data points, what are the desires and the opportunities, and try to fulfill against customer expectation. So the responsibility in that context of marketing is much more to listen than to shout, is much more to fulfill rather than supposing to influence.
And finally, Giuseppe, what one piece of advice would you give to business leaders for 2021?
Oh, yes. Well, I think my general recommendation is that obviously we need to be brave. We don't know about the rest. We need to be flexible because we need to adapt for a changing reality. And we need to be open-minded because this will certainly be an interesting year to come.